Close the door, pull up a chair, and welcome to this explainer. Today, I'm going to step into the role of your mentor. And you're the ambitious, high-earning protege sitting right across the table from me in a high-stakes boardroom. We need to have a serious reality check. Look, you are absolutely killing it in your career. You're pulling in a great salary, you're wearing all the right suits, but looking rich and actually being rich, those are two entirely different sports. This explainer is your financial intervention. We're going to map out 6 specific career strategies for true financial independence.
Now, I know exactly what you're thinking, because I hear it all the time from young professionals just entering the corporate world. You're probably saying, hey, I just got a $20,000 raise. I worked 80-hour weeks for this firm. I deserve to buy the Audi A3 convertible. Well, stop right there. I'm going to interrupt you with a little bit of tough love. That exact mindset, it's a trap, and it's designed to keep you on the corporate treadmill literally forever.
Let me ask you a very blunt question. You're making 6 figures, so why is your net worth virtually zero? Think about it this way. If you were a publicly traded company, your P&L statement would be a total disaster. You see, the number on your payslip is huge, sure, but the number that actually matters, your retained wealth, is zero. Your personal finances need to be run with the exact same ruthless efficiency as a corporate balance sheet.
So we need to completely rewire your financial operating system. Let's dive into Rule 1, the wealth equation.
In the professional world, we're taught that a high salary is the ultimate finish line. It's not. Your salary is just a starting point. Think of it as top-line revenue. Let's look at the sheer math of how wealth actually accumulates by comparing 2 colleagues. Colleague A over here earns $80,000 a year, but they spend $70,000. Their profit is just $10,000. Now look at colleague B. They earn half as much, $40,000, but they aggressively manage their lifestyle and only spend $25,000. Their profit is $15,000. The person earning half the salary is actually building significantly more wealth. Kind of mind-blowing, right?
That profit is what we call the gap. It's simply the space between what you earn and what you spend. Honestly, it is the single, undisputed metric that dictates whether you get richer or whether you just stay completely stuck. Your fancy job title, your year-end bonus, that prestigious postcode you're renting in, look, those are just distractions. Optimizing your gap is a professional, proactive strategy, not just some casual savings tip.
Okay, moving right along to Rule 2, maximizing the income lever.
You might be thinking, so what? You want me to cancel my Netflix subscription and stop buying coffee? Please, do not insult us both. We are not playing small ball here. We are pivoting away from penny pinching and moving toward aggressive income generation. Spending has a hard floor, but your income has absolutely no ceiling. Cutting back your budget feels comfortable, right? It feels highly responsible to skip the latte. But you can only cut so much before you hit zero. But your income? There's literally no version of the math where you have earned the maximum amount of money possible in your career. The earning lever is where your true leverage actually lives.
So, if you want to audit your situation for immediate, explosive impact, grab your phone and write down these 3 actionable steps. Step 1, find your absolute spending floor. You need to know the exact baseline it takes to keep your lights on. Step 2, negotiate your base salary aggressively. Stop hoping to be noticed and start demanding what your output is worth in this boardroom. And Step 3, target roles that offer long-term equity. Shifting your focus from skipping $3 coffees to negotiating $30,000 pay bumps is how the wealthy actually operate.
Now, this brings us to Rule 3, the lifestyle creep trap.
You're probably asking yourself, what happens when I actually do secure that massive raise? Well, my ambitious protege, that leads us directly to the ultimate wealth killer. This is the silent assassin of high-earning professionals. Just look at this shocking statistic. 26%. More than a quarter of all 6-figure earners are still living paycheck to paycheck. How is that even mathematically possible? Well, it's because every single time they secure a promotion, their lifestyle effortlessly expands to absorb all the new cash. A $10,000 raise turns into a nicer apartment, a premium car lease, and expensive dinners, until that beautiful gap we just talked about is completely wiped out.
Let's compare a 10-year financial trajectory between 2 professionals. Colleague A takes their hard-earned $15,000 bonus and drops it right on a white Audi A3 convertible. Colleague B takes their identical bonus and puts it toward a house deposit. Fast forward a decade later, colleague A is left with a rusting, decaying liability worth a tiny fraction of what they paid. Meanwhile, colleague B is sitting on a real estate asset that has literally doubled in value.
And this brilliantly illustrates Rule 4, compounding versus decaying assets.
The difference between those two colleagues comes down to one fundamental truth. Every single dollar you spend in your daily life is doing one of two things. It is either growing or it is dying. Let's look at these two distinct spending styles. On the left, we have decaying items. Think takeout food, luxury car leases, fast fashion. You're basically exchanging your money for things that rapidly lose value. Look, I'm not saying you can't ever enjoy life, but you absolutely must recognize it for what it is. Now look at the right side, compounding assets, a $200 course that teaches you a high-income skill, a high-end productivity laptop that drastically speeds up your workflow, even a premium gym membership that keeps your mind and body super sharp. Buying these assets is like front-loading a direct investment into your own career capacity.
So from now on, I want you to ruthlessly apply this ultimate filter question before every single luxury purchase you make. Ask yourself, in 5 years, will I still be glad that I bought this thing? If you can confidently say yes, it's likely a compounding asset. But if you hesitate, or if you know the thrill's going to be gone in 20 minutes, it's decaying. Walk away.
Okay, let's dive into Rule 5. Build sleep assets.
I can already hear you saying, but I'm already working 80-hour weeks in this corporate grind. I can't possibly earn more. Actually, that is exactly why we need to break the time for money math entirely. As long as you're trading 1 hour of your life for 1 hour of pay, there is a hard ceiling on your wealth. Let's move to a timeline and see how a sleep asset builds. An asset is simply something you build once that continues to pay you. Let's say in year 1, you spend 100 hours front-loading the work to build a digital product or a specialized YouTube channel. Yeah, it's tough, unpaid work at first. But in year 2, it begins generating continuous passive income. By year 5, you've earned $30,000 from that initial 100-hour investment. You have successfully detached your income from your time. That, my friend, is a sleep asset.
Now for the most crucial part. Rule 6. Upgrading your social proximity.
Lean in closely for this one because this is the most heavily guarded secret of this whole explainer. You can perfect your budget and build your assets all day long, but the absolute ultimate wealth accelerator is upgrading your social proximity. Look, who you choose to surround yourself with will dictate your net worth. If you want to shift your career standards, you must master high-stakes networking. You need to actively find rooms where your ultimate goal ceiling is their absolute floor. You have to embrace the deep psychological discomfort of being the least experienced person at the table. Your human instinct will naturally be to retreat to rooms where you're the smartest, where you feel completely safe. Refuse that urge. Stay in the uncomfortable room until their super high standard becomes your new normal standard. Proximity predicts wealth far better than raw intelligence ever will.
Let's do a quick summary of beginner traps.
Grab your notepad because we're going to wrap up this rapid-fire review. These are the primary pitfalls that trap ambitious professionals just like you, and you need to avoid them at all costs. First, do not spend your precious energy optimizing only for tiny budget cuts. You got to focus on explosive income growth. Second, do not absorb your hard-won pay raises into new, expensive lifestyle normals that destroy your wealth gap. Third, stop exchanging your cash for decaying luxury items just to flex on your colleagues. And finally, never ever flee a networking environment just because being the smallest fish in the pond feels a little uncomfortable. True financial independence is a proactive, highly aggressive sport. It is absolutely not a passive savings game.
So, my ambitious protege, our boardroom session is coming to an end. I want to leave you and everyone watching this explainer with one final provocative thought. Are you going to spend the rest of your career exhausted just trying to look rich? Or are you finally ready to radically rewire your financial strategy and actually build the gap? The blueprint is right here in your hands. Now go execute.